just as team-oriented as basketball and baseball. And those things translate very well to other people who just don't understand. Because I can talk about, playing with my team and we go through the highs and the lows and we're there playing until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out how do we win. And I can guarantee you that I also played athletics in high school. I was doing the exact same thing. How do I beat this team? What can I do to do more? And that same mentality comes in esports.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that esports is slowly growing easier to explain to people as it gets more and more exposure and more traction. But definitely over the past 2 years, it has been hard to almost justify it to the people that I previously went to school with and who are in for all of these different things now. A lot of my peers are biochemists or in the military, or a lot of these really serious, traditionally, I guess more revered positions. And I try to explain esports, and when I first went into it, it was much more difficult because I didn't have the vocabulary, I didn't have the experiences to be able to prove to them that what I'm in is just as viable as what they are. But definitely, I'd say with the media traction it's getting and with it becoming bigger and bigger, when somebody already has heard the name, when somebody has already seen a competition, when they see it CS:GO on ESPN, that's massive to help explain to the people around you, this is legitimate and this is the next up and coming.
When speaking to my peers, I think the biggest challenge for me is really cementing the idea of a casual pastime versus a future. As dean at Dean College, esports is not yet a recognized. It's just a club. It's a casual pastime. It's my job to try and show the future and potential it has, and actually bring in people that will, enhance and further the program to where we can get to a level where I can point to, the TV, to earnings we might have made from a tournament, to actual, hard facts, which is what most of my peers are interested in, that is going to show, listen, you can go into this, you can have a future, you can have success. This is not just you having a casual, game time with your friends. It's more than that.
Sometimes when explaining it to peers that don't know much about it, it's kind of a communication barrier, because they don't understand either certain terminology or just what you're trying to say to them. So it's not that someone might not get it, it's just explaining in a better way how they might be able to outreach and see what more they can learn about it, or how they can figure out about it on their own.
Yeah, I think over time it's been getting a lot easier to explain to people because they've heard so much about it. They've watched streams on Twitch, whatever it might be, and they've seen like YouTube videos and whatever. So it's been getting a lot easier, and I'll have people just around campus be like, oh, you're on the esports team, right? And then, we get to talking about it. But yeah, it's a lot less difficult to explain to people.
I think that, when our esports arena initially opened up, there's a lot of people like, oh, like you guys are just gonna be gaming, like you're gonna be a club, you're not gonna be a real sport, like you're completely different than other athletics. And I've played sports my entire life. Growing up all through high school, I was a 3-sport athlete every year, and I got into esports, and it's exactly the same. And I think because our program in particular, at least in my opinion, works very hard, from the students to Coach Appleton to everybody works very hard to kind of show that we are that valid, and we can, we work hard. There's a lot of sponsorship opportunities, there's jobs in these fields, there's people that put a lot of time and effort into being successful, whether it is in, winning games and tournaments or moving on professionally into careers. And once the students are starting to see, it's like, oh, like they're moving towards jobs, they have, they got national recognition by so-and-so, they were on the news this time, and all these things that these people are working very hard for. I think the more that it is shown, the more people will completely accept it and move forward with it.